It's never a wrong time to hit that reset button in life, man. Real shit. There's never a wrong time to hit that reset button in life. You dig what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you was up $150,000, literally this time last year, man. And then you ended up losing it all. You invested in something that fell on its ass. And now you were negative $10,000, man. And you feeling like you lost everything. You lost your apartment, you lost your car, you lost your wife, your girlfriend, and you feel hopeless. Well, let's do a story time. My name is Kevin Robinson Jr. It's your first time tapping in. If you like anything I say here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure of that shit. You feel me? Y'all see I got the new microphone. You know, niggas getting professional. Nah, I take this shit serious, man. I have fucked up a lot in my life. A lot. I've done a lot of illegal shit. I've done very few things that were legal, but I've done a lot of illegal shit when I was younger to make money. A lot of white collar shit. Never did no jail time, but I definitely was on paperwork. I was on probation at one point. You feel me? I know what it is to be a young man in my mid-20s to my early 30s, driving my dream car, driving a 1972 Chevelle, so beautiful. You dig? Living in Hollywood in the Players Palace and working in music. Boyhood dream, what I always wanted, and I got it. And it's funny, sometimes you dream of things, and then once you get them, you feel like, damn, this isn't what I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be this way, and it turned out to be that way. And then you start to take for granted what you always dreamt of. You always ask God for it. I took for granted the fact that I literally went from starving, fresh out of college, living in the Bay, went to school in Maryland for a couple of years, moved back to the Bay for 2 years, living in a little studio apartment in the hood, paying $600 a month for a little bachelor spot, man. I had a little kitchenette, had a little punk sink. You feel me? It was my shit though. I was young. Not making no money. Eviction notices on my door and shit, man. No gas in my car. License suspended, man. I never forget getting pulled over in San Francisco with my best friend in the rain, my nigga. And my L's was suspended. My driver's license was suspended for you squares. And man, the police, man, they pulled us out the car. They ran through my shit, man, and they told my shit, man. I had to call my mom. I'll never forget this. This is February of 2009. This is a month before my mom's brother, my Uncle Roger, got killed by a drunk driver. And this was a pivotal year in my life. And then next thing you know, my PR business of working in music starts to get me to the point where I'm making money. You can fast forward to February 2010, and I'm making $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 a month. And then the year after that, I'm making 10, 15, 20. And I took for granted what I asked for. I said, God, I want to be a successful, rich man in this industry. And for me, I was 24. So rich to me at this time, I was hood rich. So $10,000 a month at 24 years old was a lot of money for a dude like me. You know, I just wanted enough money to where I could go to the bar and buy Louis Vuitton and Fendi at the time. Cause it's, you know, it's 2010, 2011, you know. So I don't knock you young guys for buying designer, but I just wish I had somebody that was older than me. I didn't have an older brother. I didn't have an uncle that was close to my age that was actually successful. You know what I'm saying? Who could have put me on some game like, hey, bro, you spending a lot of money on bullshit. Why don't you put $500 a month into this, you know, into the stock market, you know? Interesting thing is I had somebody try to put me on the ATM machine business, which I'm in now, 15 years ago, but my mind just wasn't there. And I lost everything. Man, look, I lost everything. Had to move in with my girlfriend at the time, now wife, and we were living in her apartment, and I was just struggling. So I went back to doing street shit. Ended up getting arrested twice. Was on paperwork for 4.5 years. Couldn't get a job because I was on paperwork. And then thank God I found real estate. Wholesaling houses, Pacific Home Buyers. I've had it since November 1st. November 1st of 2018 was the first day I got a real estate check. And I remember for a couple of years, I was fucked up. I was door dashing and all of that shit. And I fell from grace. Sometimes you got to have an ego death, man. And that's what happened to me. I had an ego death. I lost everything. Everything, man. I remember at that point, man, those couple of years when $100 seemed like 1,000, And I remember when I got my first real estate check, I was negative $300 in my bank account. And I woke up the next morning and I got my first check, a very substantial check, enough for an annual salary in a lot of places. And my life changed. And I remember sitting on that shitty ass apartment that we had and crying, man. Crying because I had weathered the storm, No matter where you are in life, no matter where, you can always hit the reset button. Always. Never feel like you are stuck where you are. You might have just did 10 to 15 in the pen. And you ain't got no family, you ain't got no help. You living off government assistance. And you trying to figure this shit out. You might be homeless right now watching this shit. But if you have the drive and the grit and you actually plan shit out, just don't do shit. I get a lot of people that are dreamers that contact me and they tell me, oh, I have an idea to do this and this. And it's like, well, okay, what steps do you have to take to get there? Oh, well, I'm just going to move to this city, this city that's in another state, and I'm just going to get a job and it's going to be, and it's like, bruh, there's steps, man. Stack your money. The best advice I can give you if you are ever going to make a big life decision, whether that be buying another car, moving into another apartment, marrying a woman, ladies, you marrying a man, moving to another state, do a financial statement. Literally, left side, write all your liabilities, all your bills, things that take money out of your pocket. Right side, write all your assets, things that actually put money in your pocket. For a lot of y'all, it's just going to be a job, and that's okay, right? But I would suggest that you try to build other ways to make money outside of your job. Now, what you need to do is you need to assess what your net worth is. So what you do is you take your liabilities and you subtract your liabilities from your assets. So if you make $3K a month and your liabilities are $1,500 a month, your net worth is $1,500 a month. Okay? So before you make any big moves, you need to plan your shit out. Do a financial statement. Write down what you want to do. Write down. Well, the best advice that my first mentor, Scott Wells, ever gave me at 15 was you need to write down everything you want in your life. Write it down. If you don't write it down, it's not going to happen. See, it's easy to talk. I could easily be like, yeah, I want to make fucking $400 million, right? But if you don't write it down, it's not going to happen. You can say, oh, I want to lose 50 pounds. But what you need to write down what you need to do to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? I have had to hit the reset button multiple times in my life. Multiple times. And this is something that it's something I was feeling. I'm fresh out the gym. And I have my best thoughts when I'm fresh out the gym. And I just wanted to say something to you, the viewer, wherever you are, Paris, Tokyo, London, New York, the Bronx, South Side, Chicago. I hope this finds you, and I hope this really empowers you to be like, you know what, man, I can fucking hit this reset button. And it's some real shit. If you got anybody around you that's doubting you, cut them out your life. Period. Like, share, subscribe.